What's going on, guys? It's Tom from Brooklyn here, and today we have another unboxing for you. These two little baits I'm really excited about. By Norris, it's some kind of Japanese bait. It's a chatter bait. Give you a look here. So, I like throwing chatter baits, and I looked at these and I thought they were pretty cool. They were very expensive, actually. I think they were like $20 each. It was something ridiculous. But the lip is metal, and supposedly they don't rise at all. They stay in the depth range that you put them in, which is kind of important for me, that I have chatterbaits that don't rise. So I figured, I'd give it a try, and it was something that I never seen on the internet, so I didn't want to lose the opportunity to get them and try them. And the shelves looked pretty empty from them, so I think I got like the last two that were available. Here's another two baits that I'm super excited for. I don't really throw a lot of 20-foot diving crankbaits, but I do sometimes, especially when I find some deep structure, some deep rock or something. These are IK800s by Imakatasu. Haven't heard of them before, but the reason I got these, and they were also pretty expensive, I think they were also like $20 each, but the reason I got these was because you don't really see a lot of crankbaits on the market that dive to 20 feet and are about 3 inches big. So it's a small profile bait that will get down to 20 like feet on the market, and that's the Mud Puppy. The Mud Puppy is this. So it's kind of, I've never seen anything like it, so I had to have it. Pretty much maybe the way it is, it might be too long as a trailer, but I figure if you cut it right here and put it on a chatterbait, for example, and you get this tail right here, doing all kinds of weird stuff. But they were telling me that these baits are really awesome on a Carolina rig. They're also made of this awesome like plastic that they use that it floats. It floats really easy. So on a Carolina rig, it's probably really good. So I'm gonna give it a try. I got these Mud Puppies in a couple of different colors. I got this white, got this June bug color. Let's see, you see? I love to drop shot stuff like this, and you see the grooves in it. They pretty much told me that if it starts to get torn up or whatever, you kind of trim it down where the lines are, and you can use them as trailers and pretty much on jigs, on chatterbaits, or you can use them on shaky heads. I mean, there's a lot of really good possibilities with this bait. You can flip them also. They're pretty strong material. I think that's why I got a whole bunch of packs of these, because it really does fit my style of how I fish. And I saw it in a tank, and I saw it on a jig trailer, and I saw it on a shaky head, and this part just wants to rise up, and these tentacles are just moving in the water, and it's really cool looking bait. So I got these bamboo bombers. I got a couple of boxes of them. And then the last thing I got from them were these ribtail worms. Again, I love throwing shaky heads. I'm actually one of those people that likes to throw shaky heads. And this worm right here, really cool looking worm. Again, don't see too many of these on the market. You look at the tail, it's got this little bubble thing on it, and it's infused with buoyancy over here. So again, it just wants to rise up in the water like this. I've been looking for a good bigger worm to go along with my Zoom trick worms, and I think this might be it. I mean, if this works, this could be a home run. This could be a big time home run for me. So this is in Erie Shiner Gold, which, by the way, again, it's a color that I haven't seen much of on the market, and I had to have it. I mean, this is a very original color, very good color. And then the other one I got is Black Melon Chartreuse, where the tail is just chartreuse, which is also a really cool color base. So these are Z baits. You can find them online at zbaitsco.com. They have their entire line there. The guys are really cool. If you contact them, they'll answer any questions that you may have. Give them a try. I am this year. The next thing we're gonna look at here is some staples, some must-haves, you know. Robo worm, fat worm, 4-inch. I like this color. It's a good color. These guys, Alive Shad by Robo Worm. I don't know, I've never used it before, but I thought I'll give it a try because I like the color combination here, and it looks like a little minnow, so I figured I'd give it a try. Here's the Robo Worm in 6-inch, the fat. I love that, you know, dark orange contrast. You'll see I have a lot of baits in here that have that color. I don't know if it's the lakes that I fish. A lot of them do have stain to them, and I like that orange seems to work a lot. See, like even this jackal that I got, you got dark color on one side, and then you got the orange on the other side. This looks like a dynamite little bait, especially early in the year. I got a couple of packs of them. This is a 3.5-inch. I'm really excited to try this one. It's called the Jackal Chunk Craw. Okay. Then we got stuff by Raid. This is it's called the Okuma. This is a cool little bait, and the reason I got this is because once this ice comes off, and it hasn't yet, I'll be throwing a lot of little hair jigs when the water temperature's, you know, in the 40s. And the problem with throwing hair jigs is sometimes I want to put a trailer on them, and everything that I own is 3 inches or so, but it's too bulky for a trailer on a hair jig. And then I came across these guys. Got a lot of tentacles, very subtle action, and it's very small, and it's gonna be perfect, I believe, on a hair jig. And if you're looking for a hair jig trailer, I would say look no further than this Raid Okuma. Give these guys a look. Japanese company. I think these were like $10 a pack, something ridiculous, but it is what it is. Next we got some more staple stuff. Margarita Mulerator, 4.5-inch. Just gotta have it. Then you got the 6-inch. Gotta have it. All in the same color. And then you got the 7-inch. Gotta have it. I thought I'd try their Mega Ring Tube. You see the Mega Ring Tube, and you know, a lot of guys flip this tube, and I wanted to try it because there's situations where you have clear water and flipping conditions, or you got enough cover that you can flip something, but the water's real clear, and I kind of don't want to use the really aggressive type baits or baits that flop a lot and move a lot of water. and I figured this ring tube might be the key. So I got 2 bags of natural color, and I got 1 bag of that, you know, again, it's that contrast of, you know, that orange. That orange seems to work for me. I never actually used these before. This is gonna be the first year. The Rattling Crawler. I didn't even know that they made this bait, but I'm excited about it. It comes with a rattle inside it already. If you look at the claws on this bait, they're flat. This bait will move a lot of water. So I got this bait in you know, stained watercolors, dark watercolors. I'm actually really excited to use this bait and swim it and kind of maybe even use it on a as a trailer. But I'm gonna do a lot of experimenting with this bait, because this bait could be a game changer. I don't know why I haven't heard about it before, but it looks really cool, and it has a little slot for the rattle, and it has a rattle in it, which is exactly what I do with the biffle bug. But the biffle bug doesn't move won't move as much water as this one will because of its claws. So cannot wait to try this one. Rod up. KVD Dream Shots. These things, folks, catch fish like no other. On a drop shot, clear water, oh boy, this is my go-to bait right here. This is, I can't even tell you how many bags of these I went through last year, and the only reason I got 2 bags here is because there's a color that I really like, and I have like 6 packs of that color, and these two colors are kind of like real clear water situation colors, and the color that I use mostly is more of you know, little when the water has a little stain to it, I'll go to that color. So I got some Jean Larew rattles for my biffle bugs and for the tubes. I got this thing. It's pretty much a punch skirt. A couple of different companies make punch skirts. I don't know. This one's called the Lifted Jigs punch skirt. They had the color I wanted with a little bit of orange in it. The Texas Oil. This color is Texas Oil, which is looks like a cool color and something that I would definitely be using. Okay, and finally, Trocar drop shot hooks. These are the ones that spin on themselves. The original floating worm in bubble gum. It's a staple, must have it. Alright, and then we got some Zoom products. You know, Zoom has kind of been forgotten about over the years because of all these other, you know, high-end companies. But it's the one that I keep coming back to. And it's, every time I need a bite, I always reach for a Zoom product, it seems like. So this one's the horny toad. I got 3 different packs. You know, these guys I'll just put on the back of like buzz baits. If I want a bigger profile, I would put it back on a chatter bait to slow the fall down of it, especially. But mostly, it's a buzz bait trailer for me. A staple in my fishing. And you got the trick worms. You got the trick worms. I needed a pack of them. This is the Big Texan color, and these are the bigger ones. I think these are the 7-inch trick worms, 7-inch. I got the California 420, and I got the staple right here. This is the green pumpkin magic. This is my go-to color on a shaky head, always, everywhere. So I'll have the 7-inch on a bait casting rod with about 12-pound line on it, and I'll have a 4-inch on a shaky head on a spinning rod with 8-pound test on it, and I'll start with the 4 and then move my way up to the 7. And pretty much if I get 3, small keepers on the 4, I'll move up to the 7 and try to get, improve on the weight that I have. But there's definitely a process, and they're definitely rigged up all the time for me. And whenever I need a bite, it's the green pumpkin in a 4.5, and the green pumpkin in 7. If I'm in dirty water, I'm gonna go to the California 420 or the Big Texan. And then there's also, if I'm around a lot of grass, I'll use the speed worm, and I'll swim it. Most guys swim it, and I'll swim it also. Almost like a chatterbait, like a more finesse version of a chatterbait. And these work. These work around grass like crazy. Let's see. I got this marabou swing jig. Little brown and orange. I don't know what to expect. It's a 1/8 ounce. I just figured I'd chuck it around in this cold water that we're gonna have for the next couple of weeks. As soon as this ice comes off, I'm gonna chuck this around and see what happens. And I got these cables for my coasters. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put them on and see if they work and what the deal is. But right now my coasters, I feel like they're gonna fly off my head. So I'm gonna give this a try. Last but not least, I got this rod to try out, the Okuma. This is the Scott Martin edition. Scott is I'm a big fan of Scott Martin, actually, and he has put his name on this rod, and he swears by them, so I figured I'd give it a try. Scott has his own YouTube channel, Scott Martin Challenge, and it's awesome. Like his stuff is really cool. If you really want to dive into what a professional angler goes through and just the aspect of fishing tournaments, that is an awesome channel to look into. But yeah, I've been looking for a crankbait rod that has enough tip that I can actually make real accurate casts with it, especially throwing square bills and stuff. So this is the 6.9 crankbait version of their rod line, of the TCS rod line. I ordered it to try it out for that specific reason. The reason for that is because I cannot find a crankbait rod to throw square bills that I like, because they'll either have too much tip that I will be making accurate casts, but not enough backbone that I'm able to fight fish the way I want to and get them out of that thick cover. This one, for now, I haven't used it yet, but seems to have both. It has a good backbone, has a good tip, so I think this might be the winner, and I'm really excited to try this rod. It's the TCS 6.9 crankbait rod by Okuma. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I thank you for watching.